Good morning, children. Welcome to the second part of From Trade to Territory. Now, let us to begin the second part of the lesson from the point Tipu Sultan, the Tiger of Mysore. Children, you know very well why Tipu is called the Tiger of Mysore, I think so. Isn't it? Yeah, of course, you know very well. Now, let us come to know the point. Actually, Mysore, it had grown in strength under the leadership of powerful rulers like Hyder Ali, who ruled in between 1761 to 1782 and was the father of Tipu Sultan. And his famous son Tipu Sultan ruled in between 1782 to 1799. In the year of 1785, Tipu Sultan stopped the export of sandalwood, pepper, and cardamom through the ports of his kingdom, and even he disallowed local merchants from trading with the company. Along with that, he also established a closer relationship with the French in India and he modernized his army with their help. When Tipu Sultan started to go against Britishers, then four wars were held between Tipu Sultan and Britishers. Let us to see. Four wars were fought with Mysore. Those were in between 1767 to 69, 1780 to 84, 1790 to 92, and in the year of 1799. Only in the last, the Battle of Srirangapattanam, did the company ultimately win a victory. In the last battle of Anglo-Mysore War, Tipu Sultan was killed defending his capital Srirangapattanam. Mysore was placed under the former ruling dynasty of the Wadayars and a subsidiary alliance was imposed on the state. After the death of Tipu Sultan in the Fourth Anglo War, in the Fourth War, then Srirangapattanam, the capital of Tipu Sultan, was placed under the former ruling dynasty of the Wadayars. Wadayars started to rule and subsidiary alliance was imposed on the state. Now next, war with the Marathas. The Marathas were subdued in series of wars. In the first war that ended in the year of 1782, it ended with the Treaty of Salbai, and there was no clear victor, neither Marathas nor Britishers won. And the second Anglo-Maratha War, which held in between 1803 to 1805, it was fought in different fronts or different places, and the result of the war was the British they won Orissa and the territories north of the Yamuna River, including Agra and Delhi. And in the Third Anglo-Maratha War, which held in between 1817 to 1819, it completely crushed the Maratha power and the Peshwa was removed and sent away to Bithur near Kanpur with a pension. The company now, it had to completely control over the territories south of the Vindhyas. In the Marathas, Mahadji Scindia and Nana Fadnas, these were considered as two famous soldiers as well as statesmen of the late 18th century. The claim to paramountcy. Under Lord Hastings, Hastings was a Governor General of India and he worked in between 1813 to 1823. He brought a new policy called paramountcy. Now, the company claimed that its authority was paramount or supreme. Hence, its power was greater than that of Indian states. This is called as paramountcy, where this rule claimed that The rule of the British is, the authority of the British is supreme, comparatively Indian states. Rani Channamma of Kittur. She led an anti-British resistance movement when British tried to attack and acquire her state. She was arrested in the year of 1824 and died in prison in 1829. But Rayana, a poor chowkidar of Sangoli in Kittur, carried on the resistance. He continued that resistance. With the popular support, he destroyed many British camps and records, and finally he was caught by the Britishers and hanged in the year of 1830. Sindh was taken over in the year of 1843 and Punjab was annexed in the year of 1849. The doctrine of lapse. The final wave of annexation. It started. It was just possible because of the rule which was made by Lord Dalhousie, and that policy was a doctrine of lapse. Actually, the doctrine declared that if an Indian ruler died without any male heir, a boy baby, his kingdom would lapse and thereby become a part of company territory. So as the company made this rule, Satara annexed in the year of 1848, Sambalpur in the year of 1850, Udaipur in the year of 1852, Nagpur in 1853, Jhansi in 1854, and finally Awadh was annexed in the year of 1856 by applying doctrine of lapse. Setting up a new administration. There were 3 presidencies, namely Bengal, Madras and Bombay. The supreme head of the administration was the Governor General Warren Hastings. He was the first Governor General who introduced several administrative reforms in the sphere of justice. From 1772, each district started to have 2 courts. One is criminal court called as Faujadari Adalat and a civil court called as Diwani Adalat. Hindu Pandits and Maulvis presided over civil courts. The criminal courts were under a Qazi and Mufti, but they were under the supervision of the collectors. The principal figure in the Indian district was the collector. His main job was to collect revenue and taxes and maintain law and order in his district with the help of judges, police officers and darogas. Under the Regulating Act of 1773, a new Supreme Court was established while a Court of Appeal, Sadar Nizamat Adalat, was set up at Calcutta. The company army. Actually, the Mughal army, it mainly had cavalry, savars, means trained soldiers on horseback who sits on horses and fights, and infantry, foot soldiers. They were given training in archery, and even they were given training how to use a sword. Mughal successors started recruiting peasants into their armies and given training them as professional soldiers. After some time, the East India Company too adopted the same method when it started recruitment for its own army, and these people came to be known as the Sepoy army. In the sense, in Indian word, Sipahi meaning soldier. Now, conclusion. By 1857, the company came to exercise a direct rule over about 63% of the territory and 78% of the population of the subcontinent. Thus, the East India Company was transformed from a trading company to a territorial colonial power. Okay, children, if you get any doubts, please contact me. Good day, children. Take care.